There's one question which most people are asking. We normally accommodate Sudanese. They visit our countries and we accommodate them. But where do they bury their loved ones? There's no single day you'll see Sudanese coming together, mourning their loved ones, having funeral service. No single day. But their loved ones die. So where do they bury them? So one of the things that Kenyans noticed, even Ugandans, is that Sudanese who come to these countries bury their loved ones in the house, especially the sitting room, not bedroom, sitting room. So when someone dies, they don't even take their loved one to the morgue. They bury that loved one there. If there's tiles, they remove them, they bury him, and then they return it. You'll never notice. So landlords, most of them don't even know that this happens, but it happens anyway. And one thing about Sudanese is that they live in a house. So many of them, you find even 30 of them, 40 in one house. One of them comes, rents the house, and he calls the other ones. So you find the whole family, nuclear extended, is there. Grandparents, cousins, aunties, they live in the same house. So when one of them dies, they don't even hold funeral service anywhere. They bury them inside that house. They take it as their own. The reason why they do that is because they fear, or they are aware of the expenses of taking their loved ones to Southern Sudan or to the cemetery, and the procedures involved. It's very costly, and sometimes they might be denied. Now, instead of following all those procedures, they just bury that person in the house, and that is the end. This case also happened in Uganda yesterday. The landlord was just doing routine checks in his houses, and fortunately, he found that one of the South Sudanese who was there had died and was being buried inside the house and in the sitting room. He was very shocked. So it happens, and this is one of the reasons why some landlords in Kenya said that they might not admit or accept Sudanese as their tenants, but majority of the landlords accept them because Sudanese pay in time and they pay well, more than even the locals. But one of the worst things they do is to bury their loved ones inside the house. So if you have been wondering where they do the funeral services, if one of them dies, where they bury them, that is what happens. But other people who live in East Africa, especially Kenya, the Somalis, you know where they bury them. The Indians, you know where they bury them. They follow the legal procedures. But for South Sudanese, there's no single day you'll find them holding funeral services or burying their loved one. Never. Or returning the body to Sudan. Never. They just bury it there. And when they move out of that house, they leave their loved one there. They just move. So the landlord may not even know that thing happened unless the house is demolished and by accident they find someone was buried there. but it's rare to notice that someone has been buried in your house. So if you have Sudanese in your house, if they are your tenants, you keep monitoring, and one day you'll discover how they do things. And they live, so many of them, in a single house. But the good thing, they pay rent in full and they don't cause any trouble. They're peaceful people. But when it comes to burial, that is what they normally do.